All right, everybody, welcome back. Mike Cosmic Creations. There's a link in the video description to the website where you can see all the prices and options to everything that we build. If you're looking for something custom, let me know. All right, so what do we got going on here tonight? So I get people asking me all the time. Well, not all the time. Some of the smart ones want to know how much power we use or our strips use. And you go back and look at some other videos, I've always said on our 96 count, because we have these custom built for us, these use about 23 watts per meter. All right. So one thing we're going to do is test that. Real world. I've told people 23 watts, and I've literally had people tell me I'm full of shit. There's no way. And there's a couple reasons behind it. So the quality of the components that we choose to have on our strips is one thing. The specific drivers we choose, the specific LEDs we use. Another thing is a lot of people don't understand is that because we have our strips custom made for us based on our design, these aren't this crappy stuff you find on eBay, Amazon, so forth and so on. So yes, these are a standard 10 mil strip, but one of the things we have done is we've doubled the thickness of copper in mils on the flexible board. And this allows us to have more amperage or more current flow all the way through the entire strip. In fact, let's look at it real quick. What you'll see is the brightness at the first LED is the same brightness at the end LED. All right. We'll turn that on in a minute. One other thing to note real quick. So I've got voltage set at 14.45, 14.5 volts. With this plugged up, just this 1 meter strip, which is, I think 39 inches. 3 foot, 3 inches is 1 meter. So just on this one strip, nothing else connected. But with it connected and having power, we're still pulling 1/4 of an amp with it turned off. And if those who don't know, we've talked about this before, you'll see it in some other people's videos, the LEDs and everything do pull power when they're turned off. This is why some people will put them on a switch. We don't recommend that. It really depends on what type of LEDs you have. Obviously, if you have some cheap WS2011s that are a dime a dozen, every shop pretty much uses them because they're cheap and they try to maximize their profits. You get them on eBay, Amazon, and everywhere else in between. They're low wattage. They don't pull much current. But when you get into some bigger stuff, you're going to have to see more power draw, more amp draw. That's why we build our power harnesses, and it's why we use heavy-duty contactor relays and a switch, which basically energizes the coil on the relay to switch your contacts between 30, 87, 87, and energize and de-energize the setup. But regardless of all that, here's why you can see sometimes, you'll see in some forums and groups, oh, I hooked up my lights and I came back out 2 days later, my battery was dead, but everything was off. This is why. All right, so you're seeing it here. Anyway, 1/4 of an amp, almost 4 watts. Again, turned off. This is a constant drain on your battery, on your vehicle. If you're in the bed sleeping, it's still pulling juice. So we're going to turn it on here. We're just using a standard SP105 controller just to see this. Again, what you notice, and we're going to go to a solid color in a minute. Same brightness at the beginning, same brightness at the end. Okay. The longer the strip, the more of that consequence you will see when it comes to voltage drop and constant current. Okay. You'll see your amperage and your wattage bumping up and down because this is going to be based on current color, where it's being addressed on this particular strip, and the voltage that is being applied on each individual LED as that color changes. We look at red. We're pulling 11.7 watts. All right, and this is at 14.5 volts. This is supposedly with your engine running, your alternator spinning. Probably your battery has a low charge, or you have a high output setup. Otherwise, most of the time they'll be running, high 13s. If your battery's fully charged, you don't need 14.5 volts. Anyway, so I'm going to go to green. All right, 11.5 watts, 0.8 amp. Blue usually gets about the same as red. About the same as green in this case too. Now watch what happens when we do white. Okay, so for every LED you see, for those who don't know, there's 3 LEDs inside this. Red, green, blue. 3 LEDs. And the mixture of the voltages on that particular chip creates the color. Okay, when you get into custom programming, which we have a controller for that, based on the voltages applied to the chip, each individual chip inside the LED, it creates a different color or a different effect. So, white, this is cold white. All right, so for everybody who ever said I was full of shit, that there was no way we're pulling 23 watts per meter, here you go. So if you dial that down to 12 volts, that's where you're going to get your 23. Obviously, this is peak power. Well, let's see. See if I can dial this in. It's usually real sensitive. So 12.3, you're pulling almost 20 watts. Yeah, that's probably good enough for now. So there you go. Same brightness at the beginning chip as you have all the way at the other end. All right. So there you have it. That's what our 96 LEDs per meter strips pull. These are a custom strip. We have them built for us. We don't have any arrows on these strips. We don't have any indicators. We don't have any writing. We don't have any numerical values. You don't even see any soldering pads on these. So they're custom made for us. It's a hell of a strip, I promise you. It's insanely bright. You've seen them in some other videos. For those who haven't seen them in person, you really need to commit to supporting us. Purchase a kit. Try it out for yourself. Everybody we sell these to are just blown away. So, with that being said, get back in here. We're going to go back to auto. If you guys have any questions, let me know. That should dispel everybody's negative theories about what it is we say these have power consumption of. I can't think of anything else to address. We will be showing the 144 count a little bit later on. It's late. In fact, it is 9:45 tonight. I haven't eaten dinner. I just finished up a customer's kit. You'll see that on YouTube and Facebook here a little bit later. And other than that, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Got to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So, see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all you guys' love and support. Yeah, take care. Thanks, guys.